Okay, today on Alba Foodie we're going to be doing a restaurant style dish. We've got a dinner for 8 people tomorrow, so we're going to do a restaurant style dish. We're going to use this beautiful wild turbot. Got a couple of those. We're going to serve that with some freshwater crayfish, some organic lemons, fennel, baby tomatoes, normal tomatoes, some organic broad beans, 2 different types of potatoes. We've got some Cornwall new potatoes and some Charlotte new potatoes, some wonderful fresh white asparagus, nice thick and juicy, beautiful stuff, for fresh thyme, and some bay leaves. Got a couple of other ingredients, but that's the main base of the dish. We're going to do a roasted halibut, crayfish sauce, summer vegetables. So on we go. First thing we need to do is peel our tomatoes. So I'm going to break across on the top with a sharp knife, then pop them into some boiling water for 10 seconds. That should help release the skins, making it easier to peel. Stop the tomatoes from cooking. So take them out of the boiling water and pop them into some iced water. Peel all the tomatoes with a sharp knife. Should be really easy to do if your tomatoes are ripe. And all of this is to make our confit tomatoes. Quarter your large tomatoes are the ones baby tomatoes we've just peeled. We take out the seeds and lay them on a baking tray with a little bit of salt, pepper, a bit of sugar and some pig thyme. Make sure you keep the flesh from the tomatoes, we'll use that later on, and I've just diced a little bit of the tomato flesh for the sauce. Set your oven at 80 degrees and we're going to put our tomatoes in for about 3.5 hours. They'll be lovely and juicy and intense. Next, onto our summer vegetables. We've got some broad beans here and some peas. So first we need to pod them, and then we're going to peel the thick outer skin off. And then finally there's a little white section, it's called the radula, which is really bitter. We're going to pop that off too. So there we go, all of our summer vegetables done. Then onto our preserved lemon. It's a quick preserved lemon. Just peel some lemon peel and mix them in some salt, sugar and a bay leaf, and we'll leave that overnight. White asparagus, it's really important to peel white asparagus. It's quite a tough skin. So whenever you have white asparagus, you need to peel it right up to the tip. We're using the ends. I'm going to blanch them in boiling salted water for about 3.5 minutes. They're pretty thick stems, so they require quite a long cooking time. And again, straight back into, like the tomatoes, into some cold water. Onto our white asparagus puree. This is going to be used to thicken our sauce. So it's just white asparagus, butter and salt. And we're going to saute that off till it's soft. Our turbot. We're going to do turbot steaks, so we're going to take off the head, trim off the head. We'll use that for some fish stock, which will go into our sauce. Score down the backbone, hack down the backbone so we get 2 nice pieces. We're going to cook the turbot on the bone to keep it nice and moist. And we're going to skin it. It's got really thick skin, so this is quite easy to do. And then cut it into portions. So for each fish we're getting 4 portions. For the crayfish tails, we boil them in salted water for 40 seconds. Fry off the heads, some carrots, bay leaf, thyme, star anise, a little bit of coriander seed. Add the tomatoes, a little white wine, and the fish stock that we made from the bones earlier on. That's the basis for our sauce. We leave that to marinate overnight, then we blend it, pass it through a really fine sieve, and then mix in the white asparagus puree to create a lovely, thick, rich sauce. Finally, one of the accompaniments we do for the dish is some braised fennel. There's our final dish. It's a restaurant style dish, loads and loads of different steps. I thought it'd be nice to see how much effort goes into some of these more elaborate dishes.